Good afternoon. I'm Marcus D. Catchings, Public Relations Officer of the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association, sitting here with the beloved and esteemed gentleman to my left here, Mr. Alan Rice, the Grand Marshal for the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association for 2025.
Absolutely.
And this gentleman right here has been an esteemed member of our, not only our community, going back to being a Boy Scout.
Oh, yes.
Also fell into the realm of being a marshal for the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association for over 30 years.
Yes, absolutely.
30 years, yes, yes. And Mr. Rice,
Yes.
and as I say that affectionately right there, you've been an esteemed member, not only in Mardi Gras, but also in the community as totality, providing what's needed in this community to be the very best it can be.
Absolutely.
Could you give us some insight about, your perspective about what you have always been doing and building up to this point in your life?
Well, I was raised with by my grandfather and my dad. My grandfather was James Edward Rice, and my dad was Edmund Allen Rice. And my grandparents and my dad, my parents, they were always community minded. They were always giving back to the community. So as a little boy, growing up at the feet of my dad and my grandfather and my parents, I would see them in action, working in the community. I would see them in action working with the young people that were in school, helping them along their way through school and through to get through college and et cetera. So it's been instilled in me. At the table, at the dinner table, there were times when I had to share the seat with neighbors, young people.
Open door home.
Open door home.
Yes.
And it was always, come here, I want you to meet your god sister. Come here, I want you to meet your god brother. I'm like, how many god sisters and brothers do I have?
The Lord gives plenty, doesn't he?
Absolutely, So that was instilled in me. And so growing up, in my youth and growing up, I was always able to interact in the community and follow in the footsteps of my parents and my grandparents, and becoming a member of the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. In fact, let me show you this picture. See this picture right here?
Okay.
That's when I was a Cub Scout.
Oh my!
Yes.
Definitely a very artifact here.
Yes,
of a time gone by there. Of a
Absolutely.
distinguished gentleman here.
Absolutely.
In your youth, not saying that you missed a step at all in your life there.
Absolutely.
And
So
also your certificate here.
Yeah, well, that was
Of merit. Something that meant a lot, and we don't use that anymore. Merit.
Absolutely. And so I made my parents proud, and from there I got in from scouting, which is very important. I encourage parents to get your kids involved in scouting because it really made a huge difference in my life. My mother was actually, and when I was in Cub Scouting, she was actually one of the den mothers. So my parents have always been right there with me through my growth. And from there, of course, it was always church. 24/7 was always
Foundation.
church. Yes, my dad was deacon of the church, Sunday school superintendent. My grandfather was a minister. So it was always church, it was always church, it was always church. I used to say this, I know God gets tired of us. Every time you look over, we're here at church, But, I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful that was instilled in me. And then from there, of course, I attended C.F. Viger High School. And it's so amazing that now that we're celebrating 50 years this year. So I'm excited about that. And I've just been community minded and just wanted to lift people up, to make a difference in people's lives. And so I'm just so grateful for that. And then God He called me into my profession at the age in the 5th grade. I was called to my profession to be a mortician.
Okay.
And so from there, of course, from the 5th grade, and when I had the experience that God gave me, that experience that I had received at Bethlehem Baptist Church, Centennial, Alabama, Roosevelt School.
All right.
That was an experience that I had, that God, and I'll tell that story another time because of the sake of time. But that's where I received my calling. And so immediately during that time, that's when I received my purpose. And here I am, you think about it, 5th grade. I received my calling and my purpose to do what I'm doing. Here I am, 67 years of age, and I'm still working in my purpose and in my calling, and I received my assignment from him. And so I'm just so excited. And then he blessed me to come to Reese Funeral Home as a student. After student, then I came into ownership in July 2000. So imagine that, from 5th grade, receiving my calling and my purpose, and becoming the owner of Reese Funeral Home in July 2000. So then I've always been community minded. I go from church to church, whether it's speaking or serving as superintendent. I've down through the years, that's what I did. And so it's always been community minded. And then I was blessed to become a member of Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association, a group of
civic-minded men.
Civic-minded men, gentlemen. And and I'm so excited about that because, and let me tell you, I'll hold this back up once again. This is where it all began for me as it relates to Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association, Mardi Gras.
And being a marshal.
And being a marshal. This was my excitement when I was marching in the parade. I don't know if many of you remember this, but there was a time when the Cub Scouts, scouting, the troops, were able and allowed to march in the parades. And so we were so excited to have on our adorning our uniforms, whether it was the blue and yellow or the green and red. We were excited about marching in the parades. And so I grew up around horses all my life. And to see those horses dressed and adorned in the beautiful colors, and the marshals dressed and adorned in the beautiful colors, and the horses with the feathers and everything, I was so excited. And then I would tell my mother, and I never forget it, I said, Mom, I want to be a marshal one day. And my mother always tell me yes, and always encouraged me. And she said yes. She said, my baby's going to be a marshal one day. And so there I was. And becoming a member, let me backtrack a little bit. In 1976, when I was a student at SC Bishop State College, I was asked to be in the Royal Court.
Okay.
Where Taylor Harts Jr. was our king, and Robert Brazil Jr. was our Grand Marshal.
Jacksonian, that Jackson State Tigers there.
There you go. And so I was so excited about being asked to be in the Royal Court. And then I was excited about when it was time for the parents to come on stage and to take a bow to the king and queen. To see my parents walk across that stage and take a bow, a little country boy from Marvell, Alabama. I said a little country boy from Marvell, Alabama.
Yes.
To make my parents so proud.
Exactly.
They were so proud, and that did so much to me to make them so proud. So there goes my baby. And then move fast forward into becoming a marshal. When I was, you have to wait your time.
That's right.
When God always have a plan for you, let me tell you, my life has come full circle.
Everything in due season.
Everything is in due season. And you know what? Let me tell you, listening audience, God has a plan and a purpose for your life. And when you ask God about your purpose, He will give you your purpose. He'll give you your plan. He'll give you your assignment. You understand? And then when He give you your purpose and the plan for your life and your assignment, I promise you, if you would just be patient and just wait, and your time will come. And why is it that you have to be patient, and why is it that you have to wait? It's because God is making preparations for you. He knows the way, so He's preparing you, so when He moves you into that position, then you're going to be able to stay there. You'll be able to keep it.
Foundation strong.
Foundation strong. And so that's what it's all about. So I had to wait my time. And I looked up to Tom Withers, Mr. Withers, Showtime.
Just celebrating his 90th birthday.
Just celebrating his 90th birthday. And I was just so drawn to him and the other marshals, Leroy Wright, Gabe Peck, all these guys. And let me tell you, when I became a marshal, and you think about this, at the parade, what goes on at the very end of the parade? What lets you know that the parade is over?
You got the ambulance and you have the fire department coming.
Absolutely.
All the noise.
All the noise. That's the end of the parade. But you couldn't tell my mother otherwise. When she saw the fire trucks and the red lights,
Yes.
and she knew my baby
Coming, that's he's
was
the man.
coming.
Yes. Bring up the rear.
He was in the rear, but he was coming.
Yes.
And you would have thought, if you had been around her, you would have thought that that was the beginning of the parade, because she knew the story back when I was
The vision.
the vision. She knew that. And so she was excited to see her baby
Right.
marching in the parade, but you couldn't have told her that it was the end of the parade.
She saw the transformation of that boy's dream become a
Absolutely.
man's dream, a Marshal now.
Absolutely, a Marshal now. And I have to say that I have to thank Dr. Russell down on Chickapin Street
Okay.
and Hickory Street.
Yes.
They called it the
Bottoms, that's right.
Absolutely. And during that era, the avenue, Davis Avenue, was shining.
Yes.
Successful
Yes.
business people.
Yes.
You understand? So and his vision was to see the young males, females, and the males, to let them know that they are royalty,
Absolutely.
that they are kings and they are queens. To look within themselves and they can be whatever they want to be. And that was his vision. And I say to people, and I say it all the time, when I thought about that, I said, Dr. Russell, thank you. Because when you was like down in the bottom on Chickapin Street and Hickory Street with a group of gentlemen, when you saw them back in the 1930s, you saw me. And I thank you for seeing me. And I say to all of my young people, when I'm on that horse and I'm looking out over the crowds, what excites me is the little kids.
Yes, absolutely.
And I want all the kids to know, because they're in awe.
Right.
They are in awe about what they're seeing. They're looking for colors and everything. Throw me a moon pie. Throw me some beads. Throw me a toy. And I want all the little girls and the little boys to know that just like Dr. Russell saw me, I see you. I see my little kings. I see my little queens.
Absolutely.
I see my little doctors. I see my nurses. I see you, engineers. I see you. I see the Marcus Catchings. I see you. You understand? I see the Tom Withers. I see you.
Yes.
And so I see you. And so it has just come full circle for me. And because God doesn't err. He doesn't make mistakes. So God is using me in my purpose. And I say that I use this platform to tell people about my Lord and Savior, Jesus the Christ. Because if you're looking, because let me tell you this, I got to tell you this. You may be dressed up. You may look beautiful. You have a smile on your face. And you're dressed in your beautiful gowns. And you're handsome in your tuxedos. But there's somebody. There's a storm going on the inside. You're trying to figure it out.
Right.
You're broken. You're confused about what steps to make. You're having problems on your job.
Right.
You're having problems with your son or your daughter. You don't know where they are. But you're here. And you're dressed up. And you're giving us a smile. But on the inside, there's a storm raging. I come to tell you that if you take time out, and this is what we have to do. We have to take a step back from this world. We have to shut off the noise. And what is the noise? The noise is TikTok. What is the noise? The noise is Facebook. What is the noise? In the negative way. What is the noise? Everything that's going on, that what Satan wants to do is distract us so that you cannot get your assignment, so that you can't receive your purpose. And I'll tell you, let me tell you something. Let me tell you all, if you shut the noise off and you're going through a situation and you've tried and you've tried and you've tried, you've laid awake all night long, you walked the floor. Let me tell you, I can say this because, look at this suit. I want you to look at this suit. Look at this shirt. Look at this tie. Look at this handkerchief. But don't let it fool you. Brother Rice has been through some stuff. You hear me? Brother Rice has been in a dark place. Brother Rice has been in a place where the devil tried to tell me, you need to go kill yourself. Because the God you serve, look at you, you're a mess. Look after, where is he? Where is your God? And you know what he said to me? He said, I'm your God. I'm your God. So I've been there. I'll let you all know you've been there. So I say to you that if you shut off the noise and you find your quiet place and you say, Lord, I've tried everything. Lord, I need you to speak to me. Lord, tell me what it is that you would have me to do. What is my purpose? And don't get it twisted. Many people think that life is about them. It's not about me. It's not about Brother Catchings. It's not about any of you. It's all about God using you in his purpose, for your purpose.
With that, saying that, and your testimony is touching.
Yes.
As far as, being first off a human.
Yes.
Because if you have never been through anything, you never know what you can have.
That's right.
And so
it also makes you better.
Absolutely. And so ultimately with that duration in your life where, you had the great times, you had the best times.
Yes.
You had the 7-year-old young boy coming up to
Yes.
being a man at the end of the parade, coming, bringing the finest parade
What
in the
you
world,
say?
coming
The best parade in the world.
The MAMGA parade
Here
coming
comes
up.
MAMGA.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with bringing that in, your foundation has always kept you steadfast and strong.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And that being a foundation of why the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association is, because we're 150 civic-minded men.
Yes.
That protect each other, care for each other, carry ourselves in a distinguished manner.
Very distinguished.
When the burgundy jackets are on any street in the world,
yes,
it's I want to be like those. You mirror yourself like the same as you saw in yourself.
Absolutely.
That I want to be like those gentlemen.
Absolutely.
That is something to aspire to be.
Absolutely.
And per tale that, Mobile Area Mardi Gras is the only Mardi Gras organization that was founded in the premise,
right,
with Dr. Russell and Ms. Frederica Evans giving us the foundation of the name of Alexis the First. They're named after our first king.
Absolutely.
But giving us the foundation of giving our kids a platform to be showcased on doing Mardi Gras, and giving them the aspect of giving the totality of giving our kids who are done all the philanthropic things, same as what you've done.
Exactly.
You being on the court, giving you an opportunity to be showcased off doing Mardi Gras.
Absolutely.
And with saying that too, also becoming a businessman,
yes,
becoming that civic-minded businessman.
Oh, absolutely.
That mirrors everybody who sits in it at 305 MAMGA Drive, the home of Mobile's Mardi Gras here. Your experience, your family experience, and the togetherness with your family,
yes,
has set a foundation for your Mardi Gras that you've always enjoyed.
Absolutely.
Everybody's always had that spot in place they've got together with the family,
yes,
and met up and done their Fat Tuesday thing, did a
barbecues, the fish frying,
absolutely,
all of the happy time.
And the thing about Mardi Gras too, that goes with that, say that Mardi Gras for everyone is expressed for me as the arts and science of Mardi Gras.
Yes.
And most people don't ever see that part. You spoke about it when your family came across the stage there, encouraging to you,
yes,
and salute you for what you're doing and making your family proud.
Absolutely.
And that's what Mardi Gras is all about in Mobile. It's about
Absolutely.
the quality of the product that Mobile puts out every single year.
Every single year. Of
quality Mardi Gras. You're never going to see anything Trey Bazaar or anything to embarrass you.
No.
And the other thing is too, also with Mardi Gras, and an aspect of being the Grand Marshal and the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association, all the other Mardi Gras organizations in Mobile, Alabama. Yes. We do this for the pride and the civic joy of keeping Mobile as a unified home of Mardi Gras also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm just grateful to be able to, my son was in the court. And then my daughter, she was in the court. Last year, my grandson was the king.
And Alexis first, right?
Alexis the first. And my cousin, she was queen
2 years before that, yes.
2 years before that. And so that legacy, is what I'm leaving behind for my family, and not only for my family, for the community. And this is what we're doing with civic-minded men, building legacies for those that are coming behind us. And it's not just about my kids. I'm invested in your kids, your family.
Right.
We're invested in each other.
MAMGA gives away scholastic scholarships.
Absolutely.
Every year, has been doing that for many, many years. Our kids on our court are some of the best and finest kids in just not only Mobile, the Gulf Coast, but also in the United States of America.
Yes.
From doctors, lawyers,
Absolutely.
Staff members for legislators,
Yes.
and most importantly also like your foundation.
Yes, absolutely.
Which furthers that mission in its own right there, giving scholastic scholarships.
Yeah, the Ellen Rice Foundation.
Absolutely. And then like as you spoke about your home being an open home, open door.
Absolutely.
There was never any shortage of place for anybody.
That's right.
You got that from your father.
I got it from my
About
father.
how to give away and get back the return.
Absolutely.
Tell us more about that.
And the Ellen D. Rice Foundation, which it was founded on my dad, because of what he did in the community.
Correct.
For young people. And I remember at my dad's funeral, he passed away in 2014. There were so many kids that I remember, and my god sisters and my god brothers were there, and some of them were speaking, and they reminded us of back then, yes, and what my dad did for them to get them through, right, whether it was $100 or $50, right, or what have you, put it in the mail for them, and he would say, set this aside for John, right, set this aside for Diane, right, and that's what he did. Yes. And so it's just instilled in me. So I founded the Alan D. Rice Foundation, and what we do at the foundation, like we do bus tours.
Okay.
And what we do is every year we load up 75 kids, and we go to, we've been to University of Alabama, okay, Alabama State University, Tuskegee University, Alabama A&M, Stillman College, and the list goes on and on. So that they can, and let me tell you something. There are some of the kids, and you may believe this and you may not. They'll come up to me and they will say, I am so amazed. Do you know that some of these kids say, I've never been out of a mobile?
Absolutely.
I've never been out of a mobile.
The exposure.
The exposure. And one of the young men, we was on the campus, I'll never forget this. We was on the campus of Alabama A&M. And he came up to me and he said, Mr. Rice, thank you. He said, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this trip. And he said, you know something, Mr. Rice? I said, what's that? He said, now I believe I can be somebody. And I said, my brother, you are somebody.
Absolutely.
You are already somebody.
Absolutely.
You understand? But we're going to add to, and we're going to build on what God has already created. But you are already somebody.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And that aspect of speaking about working with the kids.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why I'm a member of the organization. I'm going on my 20th year. And I've always had the pride and joy of seeing kids, as you say, develop themselves over time.
That's right.
I mean, they join our kids' court, and you see them morph into the junior court, then you see them morph into the Royal court, and the next thing you know, here he comes and he's wearing a burgundy jacket.
Yes,
absolutely. And you like, well, wait a minute, this clock, watch what's going on here.
Yeah.
But the most important thing about that aspect is it's the aspect of renewing the growth in the mobilization of mobile Area Mardi Gras and keeping Mardi Gras going. Because these kids have been taught Mardi Gras and what it really means.
Exactly.
Everybody has an expression about Mardi Gras, has these other side things. Mardi Gras is all about the family aspect.
It's all about family.
All about the family aspect. When you look back on it, you see your family grow and everybody enjoys it, and now your son has replaced you in that position of being at the lead, and the same thing goes for you. Now you're at the marquee position in this organization.
Yes, absolutely.
As the Grand Marshal of the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association, 2025 parade here.
Absolutely, and that's an honor. And that is such an honor to be asked and bestowed on me to represent these African American men, gentlemen. It's just such an honor to represent the community. And my son was served as president of the organization. He was talking about the young people. My grandson was just telling me that was King last year, that he is planning to become a member of MAMGA. And the other thing I like about what's going on with the kids, the young people that's in the court, do you not know that these kids, after the season is over with, that they are networking
absolutely
with each other across the board? Whatever their professions are, whatever they're doing, they are networking.
Absolutely. And that's the dynamic of why, we exist also, is to give these kids an opportunity to network. Like, there's 150 members in this organization that are across many paths or careers, whatever you choose to be. You being an HBCU graduate, we got from whatever genre you want to have.
Exactly.
We have, first off, Lonnie Johnson, the inventor of the Super Soakers, member of the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association, and NASA rover, inventor, and many patents he had on his name. But also, we still have gentlemen that, from being laymen in this world, from plumbers, and things like that, work with hands. But the coveted thing about us is there's someone in this room can help you get where you're trying to get
Where
to
you
in
trying
life.
to get to.
And and it's free.
It's free.
It's no cost except for your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're a phone call away. You have 150 uncles
There you
after
go.
that juncture
That's
right
right.
there. We bring
After
on the
that
court.
juncture.
Your
That's
family.
right. Mm-hmm.
And so the thing that also comes into play as we speak about Mardi Gras,
Yeah.
and the platform that we're here on here now is, it gives the opportunity for a story like a man like you,
Yeah.
that is so quietly spoken about all the time,
Oh yes.
to be, or to be loudly heard,
Oh, absolutely.
for it to be illustrated in front of someone's face,
That is so
to
important.
get to be able to sip from that cup and actually be able to enjoy the taste and flavor of it.
Absolutely.
And the thing about that story is too is that we have been here since 1938.
Oh yeah.
We've been a totally coveted organization as far as doing what we do for
1938,
yes,
absolutely.
doing what we do for Mobile, Area Mardi Gras,
Exactly.
Mobile, Alabama.
And for the community.
Yes, and the thing about it, we do all inclusive. We cover every gamut of the socio-economics of Mobile, Alabama.
Yes.
And we do it with pride and joy.
Absolutely.
And we also do Mardi Gras, not only just in the aspect of locally, but the parades are broadcast. We produce our magazine, which is in its 9th year here, the Regal magazine. We were the first Mardi Gras organization to have their own magazine. We're actually the only Mardi Gras organization here in the city of Mobile that has a street named after 305 MAMGA Drive, the home of Mobile's Mardi Gras.
Absolutely.
And the other thing that goes on with that aspect is too is with our parade, it's the longest parade in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Trust me, I know.
Yes.
And being a marshal, yeah.
Absolutely. And
But
then-
it's all fun.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
It's
Mardi
all
Gras is all about fun.
And I hear it all the time. That you all have the longest parade, and you all throw more
Stuff, yes,
than anyone.
absolutely.
They're waiting on MAMGA.
Absolutely, waiting for them to get
To hit
there.
the streets.
Yeah. And the parade starts right here at our front door. Also,
Right
we're
at
the
the
only,
front
we're the only
door.
organization that has the parade start and stop at their front door.
That's
And
right.
speaking about throws, we throw more confectionery and pastry wrapped things on the street of Mobile, Alabama than anybody else does, because
Yes.
the 18-wheeler pulls up and they unload the whole 18-wheeler. It's an orchestration that I can't believe happens sometimes. You time lapse it one day, see how it goes, and it goes out to all the floats we have. We put them on the emblem float.
Yeah.
We put them on the Molly's float. Everybody knows about the world famous Mobile Area Mardi Gras Molly's.
Molly's.
And you have the Misfits.
Yep.
And you have the Maniacs.
Oh, yeah.
And those are our riding groups that actually, like you say, illustrate and do what we do as far as Mardi Gras. But see, those same groups further give back even more. They spend their Fat Tuesday at 8 a.m. in the morning at nursing homes around Mobile, Alabama,
Exactly.
taking Mardi Gras to people who can't see Mardi Gras, who can't go to Mardi Gras.
Right.
They give something back at the beginning of their Fat Tuesday.
That's right.
Or we're over around the corner here at one of the mini schools here in Mobile, Alabama, here on a Friday, the day of our parade, the day of our Grand Marshal's Ball, reading books to kids because they have a readathon on that day for honoring whatever it is they may be honoring on that day and things like that. So our philanthropic arm reaches both ways.
Oh, absolutely.
It expands left to right, and we have always been a pillar of this community.
Yes.
And it's men like you that have made us who we are in this day and time.
Absolutely.
And when you listen to a gay peg, you listen to talk about how things were when you guys ride your horse and buggy.
Oh, yes.
All those years. And the thing with it is that you guys are what makes Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association. You've been moving in this atmosphere in this town for years.
Yes.
In silence. And that's Mr. Rice over there. I had no idea that was what Mr. Rice did. I had no idea that was Mr. Rice's background.
That's right.
The 60 years of vision of coming from where you were as a kid.
As a kid.
Cub Scout.
Cub Scout.
Mother cheering for you.
Yes.
That's my baby. As you hear all the time about Mardi Gras.
Absolutely. Wait a minute, where you going? The parade's now.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
It's come my baby. Yeah.
And we're sitting and watching the man has developed in front of us.
Yeah.
The family, the
Yeah.
life, and as you said, the legacy.
The legacy.
The legacy is cemented.
Yeah.
Your name will be forever recorded right along with
Right.
Hank Aaron,
Oh yeah.
Robert Brazier,
Yes.
Tommy Agee.
Tommy Agee.
So many other men who have represented Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association when it was named the mayor.
The mayor, right?
Because it had a situation going on. We need to call it the mayor because the mayor gave this key to the city to the Grand Marshal.
That's right.
And we always love it when the mayor comes out after we come back from the Isle of Joy, giving the Grand Marshal the key to the city.
Right.
And the thing with that is that the recognition that we get for the things we do, and we do it because we love it.
Yeah.
It's all about the love of Mardi Gras.
It's all the love, the passion.
All about the love of Mardi Gras.
Absolutely.
Everyone who has preceded you before had that same mindset, had that same goal.
Yeah.
And also the thing about it is, it's been done for Mobile.
Yeah.
and for the next generation, to make sure that Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association and the City of Mobile and all the other Mardi Gras groups continues to keep Mardi Gras that wonderful family environment that we all enjoy year after year, time after time. And I can't tell you this, it's a joy and passion to stand beside 150 men with civic minded, goal oriented, and determined to make sure the next generation of Mobilians have every opportunity to be the very best they can be, not only doing Mardi Gras, but also in their life.
Yes, absolutely. And we're just grateful and thankful that the community receives us because they know and they can feel what we're doing. And so they receive us with open arms, and they're excited, and that makes us excited.
Absolutely.
To serve them, and that's what we're doing. We're serving.
Yes.
We're just serving.
Philanthropic.
That's right.
That's what we are.
Mm-hmm. With the extended arms, and whatever we can do to lift people up. We're here to lift people up. You know, in good times and sad times, what have you. And speaking of sad times, to perform the Queen.
Yes. Stephanie. You know, she had an unfortunate accident. Well, actually, recently there, but also our beloved Catherine Ashley Smith, our 2017 Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association Queen, a phenomenal young lady, was and still is that queen.
Yes.
I affectionately have known her for years. She comes from a great Mobile family. She is missed day after day after day. Mardi Gras, unfortunately, will never be the same without her smile and joy, and plus her esteem. She's been around us all her life.
Yeah.
The family has been cemented in the things they've done around the community for years, and given the back, you know, we teamed up with our foundation, 1938 Legacy Foundation, and we had a race that we named after Catherine Ashley Smith. And also the thing with the race, we also teamed up against Mothers Against Drug Driving. To further extend our reach and get a notoriety from our goal and interest. Yes. You know, to further put it out there, you know, so people know that, you know, we're not just a local one street organization. We actually have a lot of reach and a lot of connections in this community. We want to make sure that no matter what we do in this community, it's good for all.
It's good
and also protect the young people.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're just excited about 2025.
Yes.
And I'm excited about, and of course my family is so excited. My wife is Ms. Veronica Rice. I think she's more excited than I am.
That's usually how it goes, and absolutely, and that's usually what happens with the men. The women enjoy it. They act like they don't know, but they enjoy it more than we do.
Absolutely.
Except for the work part that we get the whole. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm just grateful for the opportunity to serve the community and for my family. People ask me, so what is it that makes you most excited? It's the kids and then my family, you know, and my 5 grandboys, you understand, and my son, you know, to pass this on. Even when my grandboys come, we're getting ready to prepare for the parade, and I'm getting ready to mount the horse.
That's right.
And to see one is 3, one is 7, 9, 19, and 24, to see that sparkle in their eyes.
Absolutely.
You know, and they say, there go my granddad, there go granddad. You know, and then they're talking to their friends and loved ones, and it's just an exciting time.
You know, those things like that right there is that's that mentor to mentee thing. I told someone the other day.
That's important.
What we do, but most people don't understand that they think the mentee is getting everything. The mentor is the one who gets everything.
He's the one who gets everything.
And I'm happy to see you grow. I'm happy to see you gain.
Absolutely.
That's why we do what we do.
That's what we do.
It has nothing to do with the finance. We're happy to see you gain. Yeah. Like you said about your father. Yeah. You know, hey, sit that $50 back there. Hey, Mr. Rice, I'm a little short. Hey, boy, here go $50. Get on back up that road.
Get on back up that road.
You know, if you need something, you call me.
You call me.
That's right. So write me a letter. You call me. I'll help you out.
I'll help you out.
Absolutely. And that's the essence of the organization.
That's the essence of it.
You know, we come together for one common good, making sure Mobile has a diversity Mardi Gras.
Yes.
Plus also Mobile, you know, we give our kids that platform to be showcased off on. You know, I think about sometimes all the kings and queens that have come out of this organization, where they've gone to, the things they've done in their life.
Right.
You know, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm looking at a living legend right here myself. Because, you know, you listen to a story like, he was like, at 7 years old, this man had a vision that was given him about where he wanted to go. Yes. And here he is since today at 2025.
2025.
And the story was already written. All he had to do was walk with the path.
Let me tell you something. You said that before my dad passed away on his sick bed, He said, son, let me tell you something. He said, your way has already been made. He said, don't veer to the left.
Absolutely.
Don't veer to the right. He said, just move straight forward because your path is already made.
Yes.
It's already made. So just walk in it. And that's what I do, and I live by that. So I say to the community, your way is already made. God is already prepared. Think about it. Here this picture is 7 years of age.
Yes.
Cub Scout.
Yes.
Think about this. Think about this. And now I'm Grand Marshal. Think about 5th grade. God called me to be a mortician in the 5th grade. And think about this. I purchased the funeral home that I went to do my internship in 1985. And I became the owner in July 2000. And I'm grateful for Mr. and Mrs. Reese. Think about it. And here I am, the owner of Rice and Reese Funeral Home. Now, God has a plan and a purpose for all of us, and it'll come full circle. But we have to wait. Be patient and wait. And never, whatever you're dealing with, whatever we're going through, don't ever get in front of him. Always stay behind him because he knows the way. He knows the way. He knew when he created you, when he sent you from heaven to planet Earth, he already had a plan for your life. He had already had a plan for your life. And you see kids walking around with backpacks. But when God dispatched you from heaven to earth, he had filled your backpack with everything you needed for the journey. For the journey. And people have to realize and understand that the journey is not about you. The journey is about God using you in if you're an electrician, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, or whatever it is that he's called you to do in your profession. Somewhere down the road, somebody is going to run into your path. They're broken. They're lost. They can't find their way. And there you are. Say, young man, I've been there.
The testimony.
I've been there.
You're able to get that testimony, but you've been fire tested.
Yeah.
You get testimony.
Let me tell you what I've been through. What got me through. So then I have people to tell me, when I tell them my story, I can make it.
Absolutely.
And that's what God uses for, to be that light. And these brothers on this wall are light. We are a shining beacon of light that you can come to us. Because we're community-minded, we're civic-minded. We're all about lifting people up. The Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association is all about community. It's all about family. It's all about lifting each other up. That's what we're about. Yes, we're going to party. We're going to show you a good time. But after the party is over with, we're going back to work.
Our base, keeping our base going.
Keeping the base going.
Party's over. It's time to get back down to business. That we had fun. Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's go.
So with that, Mr. Rice, and to carry us forward here at this juncture, tell me about your very best thing up to right now that this season's been about for you. What's been your very best situation going on here now, other than being the Grand Marshal? But what's been your very best up to this part right here where we're doing this podcast? What's been your very best moment right now after we could publicly say that you were Grand Marshal, when you stood here in the podium before the organization and told them how happy you were and celebratory about? What's been your most happiest moment up to right now for Mardi Gras in this season right here?
Well, my most happiest moments, I would have to say, first and foremost, was to be asked to be the Grand Marshal. And then after that, when the word spread throughout my family, their excitement. So everybody was excited.
Inclusiveness.
And everybody was talking about it, And then I could walk in the house at home and I see gowns everywhere. I see hats everywhere. I see the excitement in her eyes. And I said, Lord, thank you. We're doing it for her. Do you understand? It's not for me. But I'm all about lifting people up. I'm all about being last to make sure everybody else get what they're in need of. To see her happy, to see her smiling, to see the excitement in my daughter's eyes, my son, my grandkids. And then it just started spreading like wildfire.
So with that, And your theme for your goal for the season is wrapped around woman empowerment.
Yeah.
It's something you've always done all your life.
Yes.
You know, knowing you. And give us a small insight about that right there with your woman empowerment movement you have going on for your theme for the season.
Well, I want every female, every woman in this moment in time to reflect back, to go back to the very beginning in your creation when God birthed you into the earth realm. I want you to know and understand that God has given you everything you need. He's talking about the journey. God has given you everything that you need for your journey. He's given you beauty. He's given you kindness. He's given you strength. He's given you all that you need that He's called you for. Because let me tell you something about the woman. I can speak on that because I can go back and think about my grandmother.
Matriarch family.
Yes, my grandmother that kept everything together.
Right.
Spoke quietly and softly and gently. When there was a situation going on and you needed an answer, there was grandmother there. Or my mother was there. The woman, she's so powerful. God knew that when He created her. Even when the fathers was out working 16 hours a day, grandma or mom was there to receive you, say, baby, it's going to be okay. And so the world is moving so fast now that I just want to empower my beautiful queens to continue to hold the line.
Gotcha.
Continue to hold the lines. The world is moving so fast that we tend to sometimes lose our way. And I just want to encourage all of them to stand fast, to be steadfast, because it's all about our children.
Absolutely.
Our children need us. Our children, Superintendent Threadgill, he can't do it all. The teachers in the school system, they can't do it all. And it all begins at home with these strong women. You understand? And we need to just encourage them and tell you all, thank you. I want to tell you thank you for doing what you're doing. And to be that model sister in the community, in the church, in the home, because we have so many other younger kids, young ladies that are losing their way.
And see, like what you're just saying about that now, you know, one of the things about Mobile Markets, we've always had women in our midst.
Always have.
Frederica Evans, who has a name on the building auditorium over there at Bishop
Yes.
State over there, it was one of the perennial people that helped give us the name of the name of King Alexis first. Plus also was the person who was over the women's auxiliary.
Yes.
And also keeping the court in the fashion it was, the pomp and circumstance, where this goes, where this belongs, and everything like that, because she had the credentials to do that.
That's
You know,
right.
because keep in mind that not only were these members who started this organization, they were educated
Yes.
African Americans.
Right.
They also had the aspect of being in the community and doing the day-to-day jobs in the community, where
Absolutely.
you saw them in church,
Mhm.
you saw them at the whatever organization you were a member of, you saw them as your neighbor also.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that goes along with that aspect of us as an organization is, you know, keeping everything in tight within our community, you know, from like you spoke about Davis Avenue over there.
Right.
That was the home of the black businesses in this city.
Absolutely.
And the money circulated time and time again before it left the community also.
Exactly.
So you had the economic empowerment with that aspect of it also.
Exactly.
The other aspect of that was you spoke of, speaking yourself being an African American businessman in Mobile, Alabama, the knowledge that you give in your day-to-day life, the kids you touch and reach, whether through your foundation or just the things you do with your kids and your grandkids, letting them know that the insight and goals that you want to do for yourself and have ambitions to be, it's presentable, it's attainable.
Absolutely.
Because they're watching a living legend right in front of them, a man who's
Absolutely.
walked the walk and talked the talk. The other aspect that goes along with that too is you're not going anywhere.
I'll be
You're right here.
I'm right here.
The next generation is in place already.
Absolutely.
It's learning underneath you.
Absolutely.
It's being guided. It's being molded. It's being mentored.
Absolutely.
And the other generations are watching. It's the same as you spoke when you get up on your horse.
Absolutely.
They're handing you stuff.
Oh,
the
absolutely.
granddaddy, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, I want to be that one day.
Yeah.
You know, I love little Alan. I love, you know, all of them sitting out there watching you, and that is the foundation of Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association in the aspect of reaching one, teaching one, giving back to everyone that's around us.
Absolutely. What they see.
Absolutely.
Is what they'll be.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. They can be anything, whatever they choose to be, they can be them. You know what I'm saying? So don't get in your own way, you know, and just move out of your own way. And God will bless you. You find your purpose, then you can fly.
Yes, yes.
You can soar like the eagle.
Mhm.
And that's what we're here for. We're the wind
That's right.
beneath their wings.
That's right.
I said we are the wind beneath their wings. Yeah.
And on that note there, we'd like to thank the podcaster here for giving us the opportunity
Absolutely.
to give, first off, a story of a dynamic mobilian who you never hear some of these stories in our community because we haven't been in the realm to get the oratorical story in front of us there.
Exactly.
But also the thing about it is you brought receipts, as a kid say, you brought
absolutely.
things with you
I brought
to
this
showcase
with me.
off with your 7-year-old
Yeah,
kid. And
yes.
you know, this life of yours, 60 years in the making.
Yeah.
It is the essence of why people do what they do in the community, to hope the next generation becomes bigger and better and stronger.
Absolutely.
And only thing I can say is, Mobile, we have a heart for doing what we do. We have a passion for doing what we do. But most importantly, the love is why we do what we do.
And we don't make it about us.
Absolutely. It's never about us. It's all about the organization. It's all about the kids.
Organization, about the
Absolutely.
kids.
Absolutely. And on that note, laissez bon temps, roulez.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras, everyone. Let the good times roll.
Absolutely.